Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the AFC East isn't just a battleground anymore. It's becoming a battlefield of strategy, talent, and bold moves. And the biggest news this week is truly a game changer for the Bills' future ambitions. Word inside league circles suggests that the Bills are about to make a move that could shake the division to its core, and I'm talking specifically about acquiring Mike Evans from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just a rumor, it's a strategic play that could redefine how the Bills approach the rest of the season and beyond. Imagine the impact of adding a player like Mike Evans, a five-time Pro Bowler, a guy who's been one of the most consistent and explosive wide receivers in the league for over a decade. Drafted back in 2014 out of Texas A&M, Evans has built a reputation as one of the most reliable deep threats in the NFL. His ability to make contested catches, his yards after catch, and his red zone effectiveness are legendary. Last season, he racked up over 250 yards and scored 13 touchdowns, leading the league in receiving touchdowns and ranking among the top wide receivers in yards per reception, averaging almost 15 yards per catch. And that's not a one-hit wonder. Evans has been a top 10 deep target all through his career, with a deep completion rate of 50%, which puts him in elite company. Now, the Bills, as we know, are coming off a 4-2 record and are sitting in a pretty good spot in the standings, especially with that bye week after their tough loss to the Falcons. But they've been dealing with some issues on offense, particularly in the red zone. Joshua Palmer's ankle injury has raised questions about their depth at wide receiver, and with a total of 19 players currently on the injury report, including Daquan Jones with a calf injury, the team needs some reinforcements. Adding Evans doesn't just bring talent, it brings experience, leadership, and a proven ability to elevate an offense in critical moments. His stats for 2024 are eye-popping: over 255 yards, 8th in the league, and leading in touchdowns with 13. His yards after catch average is among the top in the league, at 6.3 yards, and his contested catch percentage is above 55%, showing his ability to make tough plays under pressure. And let's not forget the context of his future. Evans is only 30 years old but has been remarkably durable throughout his career, with a few minor injuries here and there, like that shoulder injury in 2025 that cost him 2 games. But overall, he's been a model of consistency. His career totals speak for themselves: over 12,000 receiving yards and 100 touchdowns. His deep target success rate, hitting 50% on deep passes, is a testament to his ability to stretch defenses and open up space underneath for other weapons. His explosiveness could be exactly what the Bills need to turn their offense into a more dynamic, multidimensional attack. Now, looking at the Buccaneers, well, they're in the middle of a rebuild, folks. With a record of 2-3, they're trying to figure out their identity after letting go of Tom Brady and moving into a new chapter with Baker Mayfield at quarterback. But their roster is in a bit of a flux. They need cap space to extend key defensive players like Vita V, and with the team sitting in the basement of the NFC South, odds of making the playoffs are around plus 9,000. Releasing Evans makes strategic sense from a cap perspective. They're trying to free up money to bolster their defensive line and develop the younger players. But make no mistake, this comes with risks. The offensive production could dip by about 15% in EPA per pass, similar to what we saw with the Dolphins after acquiring Tyreek Hill, especially since their offensive line is still a work in progress. Tampa Bay's defense, currently ranked 26th in points allowed, giving up about 27 points per game, also leaves a lot to be desired. Moving Evans out might help cap-wise, but it could slow down their offensive efficiency overall. Back in Buffalo, though, the mood is electric. The addition of Evans could be a game-changer for their red zone offense, which has been somewhat inconsistent, especially after Palmer's injury. Evans's presence would mean not only more yardage, but also a higher percentage of red zone touchdowns. His rate last season was around 35%, ranking among the top 5 in the league. With Josh Allen's arm and mobility, the Bills could be looking at a significant boost, projecting around 200 yards and 12 touchdowns in the remaining part of the season. His addition would raise the team's passing yards per game from around 240 to nearly 280 yards, a move that instantly makes the Bills' offense more explosive and unpredictable. Imagine having Evans stretching the field, pulling safeties deep, and creating more one-on-one matchups for Stefon Diggs underneath. And speaking of Diggs, the chemistry between him and Evans could be a nightmare for defenses. If we look at their metrics, Evans typically gains about 2-4 more yards per route than Diggs, and his contested catch win rate is roughly 25% higher. This would mean more big plays, more red zone targets, and more opportunities for Allen to connect on those high-precision throws. Meanwhile, with Cole Beasley returning early this season and producing around 300 yards, the Bills' offensive scheme would become even more versatile. Adding Evans into that mix would turn this attack into one of the most dangerous in the league. Plus, Evans's proven ability to perform in high-pressure playoff moments makes him a perfect fit for Buffalo's aspirations, especially with the Super Bowl on the horizon. Now, if we look at the bigger picture, the impact on the odds of winning it all is significant. Currently, the Bills are sitting at plus 1,500 to win Super Bowl LXI, but with this move, those odds could drop dramatically to around plus 700. That's a huge shift, and it reflects how much Evans could elevate this team. His presence in the red zone, especially on those crucial third-and-long situations, can be the difference between a field goal and a touchdown. The Bills' defense, which has been solid but not elite, would benefit from a more potent offense that can sustain drives longer and keep opponents on the back foot. Defensive EPA would see a boost, especially against teams that rely on man coverage, like the Dolphins and Chiefs, who are also competing at the top of the AFC. And speaking of the Chiefs, Buffalo's chances of a rematch in the AFC Championship could get a serious lift. The Bills, with Evans stretching the field and making defenses pay for stacking the box, could increase their win probability by around 15% in the key rematch scenarios, especially in cold weather environments like Arrowhead Stadium. The Bills' offense, now with a true deep threat, would force defenses to respect every part of the field, opening up lanes for Allen to run or throw underneath. The potential for Evans to become an MVP candidate himself, especially if he continues to perform at this elite level, adds even more fuel to their Super Bowl ambitions. Looking at how this move echoes the Patriots' dynasty in the 2000s, it's clear that Buffalo is positioning itself to be a true contender for years to come. The strategic acquisition of a player like Evans, combined with their already talented core, could set the foundation for a sustained run, much like the Patriots' approach with multiple key acquisitions over their championship years. And for the Buccaneers, this trade signifies a shift in their rebuild process, moving away from their recent Super Bowl glory and focusing on developing younger talent while managing their cap. It's a pivotal moment for both franchises, but for Buffalo fans, it's a sign that the team is serious about finally reaching that ultimate goal once again. So in summary, this potential trade isn't just about adding another receiver. It's about transforming the Bills' entire offensive approach, making them more dangerous, more unpredictable, and ultimately more likely to bring home that elusive Super Bowl ring. The impact on the division, the AFC landscape, and the Bills' long-term prospects could be profound. It's a move that signals a new chapter, one where Buffalo aims to be the team to beat, with Evans as a key piece of their championship puzzle. This is truly an exciting time for Bills fans, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. The future looks bright, and if this trade goes through, we might just be witnessing the start of a new dynasty in the making. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Evans is the missing piece to finally push this team over the top? Or do you think there are still gaps that need filling? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills' future. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates and analysis, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. This is an exciting time to be a Bills fan, and I can't wait to see how this story unfolds. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Bills!